Well, today we will make cake Nintendo 2 DC. What I use basically for it, I use two butter cake boxes and two of silicone shapes. I don't have any others, so I just use basically these ones. They seems fit well. And so we have two butter cake mixes, and we bake two. Here we are. It's second one. We have two cakes now. So they baked, they cooled, and I level them nicely. So what's next to do is to apply our vanilla frosting. Smells good. Here we are. What we do, we stack them on top of each other and make it good, reasonable size cake. Because two boxes, it's a good cake, good size of a cake to have it for children. So what we do, we apply nicely everywhere, just like this, and we put second one on top. Now let's have a look. We just level nicely, sort of make sure. Yep. And we apply now all over. Once we finish applying all our frosting, we now using a box of ready to roll white icing. It's a Queen company. And what we do with it, I took it from foil, and you knead nicely until it's nice, soft, manageable, and put a little bit of a powdered extra sugar, and once it seems to you will be nice and manageable, we will roll it. What we do is started rolling, just turning quite often, make sure it doesn't stick to surface. And once it's larger, that size of your cake, you flip over and put it on top of it. As you can see, we've done our flipping, and now put a little bit powdered sugar on your hands. Start it from top, nice and just to size what you wanted and the shape what you wanted. See, we don't need really trimming anything much, because way square shape is done, it's practically already sort of round edges already. Keep working on it until you feel happy about your shape. And later we trim all excess, and here we go, closer to cake, and trim it sides to the cake. Then we'll finish our trimming, cake trimming. You know, for start I thought we have a square cake, and I sort of trim it a little bit top to make it more round and slightly a little bit bottom. But when I look at it, it's, see where cake come out from square tin, it's kind of round already. So I just left kind of untrimmed, because as you can see, we did not trim, but sides and the top are already a little bit round, so that's what we need. But if you do like trim a little bit to make it more dramatic sort of look, you can do so just cutting sides of your square cakes. But usually square cakes does not come really square, that's why we kind of okay with it. See, as you can see, they kind of round. So what we do is, next with our toothpick, we just find somewhere middle, it's be somewhere there, and what we do is we draw right on top of this our middle a little window, just enough for you to see when you have to apply your black liquid coloring. And this is will be in second one. And what we do is we leave this window, and second window is little these squares white, and rest we will use black liquid food coloring, and we apply everywhere except our windows. Just be careful on the sides, do everywhere first, and you can come back, because you can see actual way they stand out. If you want to use a smaller brush in between, do so. Use any kind, like this sort of brush, or any kind of brush you feel comfortable with. Once we finish applying all our black liquid food coloring, this our two little windows, two little kind of rectangles is just resting for now until we start decorate them. See, with rest of ready to roll icing, I just roll it little piece and cut to shape of the buttons we need for our Nintendo. So what we do is, I find just little buttons, they look like that. Some of them black, it's a licorice, and some other one, it's called jelly rounds, which is we will using, it's a licorice round button. So this one we don't want this side, we just flip over, and what we do, we apply it with a little bit of black writing icing in position somewhere around here, just like that, and our little buttons is going to be somewhere here, just a tiny bit under. So what we do is we put a little bit of writing icing to sort of glue it in, and it goes somewhere around here. Let's have a look, make sure we're on the right track. Here are our buttons. Well, it's a controls kind of. So what we do with them, we will color them with black color as well, just like everywhere. Just go get one. And for the little miniature buttons, I find it dark chalk chips, which is the really tiny, and we get one of those single ones, and we put them everywhere around where we need our buttons be done. So we use writing icing to using as a glue. Once you apply most of your buttons, as you can see, this is our round button, this the other remove, and this is 4 little tiny buttons in here, select, start, and this sort of stuff. Rest of the symbols and we will apply with the writing icing, basically any whatever we needed colors. So what we do is, today I'm using edible pens, which is I purchased from I saw actually in supermarket, but I did purchase from a website on basically eBay. This is food decorating pens, which is edible, which is we can eat them basically, and it's AmeriColor brand. They're very useful because on a little areas like this, you don't have to really worry to basically working with the food colorings because it's a little bit easier. And as well as if you cannot find them, you can always use, say for example, Wilton gel, black gel food coloring, and apply it carefully with a toothpick. But I think with the food decorative pencil a little bit easier. So I found it roughly near the middle, and now we just nice and carefully, without any hurrying, we start draw our symbols. And we continue this way until we finish with all cake. To make a little bit more realistic, what I done is I kind of apply sort of like a gray color inside this little square. What I done for this, I use a white gel food coloring, and I just took tiny bit of actually liquid black food coloring, just tiny bit, to mix it, to make it sort of gray. It's actually mixed very well. Even it's two different gel and liquid, they shouldn't mix, but I tell you honestly, I absolutely don't have trouble. So what we do is we're making just nice gray, and we're just going around and making little tiny symbols everywhere, and after we start fill them up with a different design with our food edible pens. Well, we finished now. As you can see, we write it our Nintendo 2DC, and we fix some icons basically. And see what I done it, I saw around this button I just put a bit of black writing icing to just make more obvious, and with this controller just put a little bit white as well. So if you can't find any edible food pens, you can always use or coloring, food coloring, or you can use simply writing icing to make it different icons. We have a little button up here as well. Oops, I stuck on it. And what we do is here for buttons, which is what I done is I just simply apply with a black food pen all letters, as well as a start and select button. This is our actually light supposed to be identified. So well, I hope we get not too bad cake, our Nintendo 2DC, and I hope you really enjoy it. For these little things we're using, as I said, dark chalk chips. That's what they look like. They're really tiny, and they're really perfect for this kind of little tiny buttons. Just apply them with the writing icing to use as a glue. Well, thank you very much for your time, and please do write your ideas, comments, subscribe. Love to hear from you. All best. Goodbye.